Hello, this is Christopher Jones, also known as Savior 20061. I am here to make my little re-review of Swan Song by Robert McCammon. I had already done a video on it, but it got ruined. It got corrupted, basically, so here we go again. So, basically, this book is a post-apocalyptic story. We have all these characters that start off in different parts of the United States of America, just as it is almost completely destroyed during a nuclear apocalypse. And the plot revolves around these characters basically trying to survive. Stephen King's The Stand had kind of a greater arc than that about good confronting evil. Here, it's more about survival, just enduring. This is a good. This right here this is a good book. I'm saying it's a good book. The characters. I like the characters. They are varied. One thing that I didn't like about them was that they didn't reflect a lot on what happened to them over the course of the book. You don't get a lot of instances where characters think about all of their comrades that have died, all of the horrors that they've witnessed, etc., etc. Of course, you could excuse this by saying that if they did think about it too much for too long, that they'd all be like crazy or something. The plot was good, as I said. It's like a nuclear apocalypse story. It's a lot more bleak, in my opinion. In my opinion, it's a lot more bleak than Stephen King's The Stand, because The Stand just had a plague. Here is like a nuclear apocalypse, so much of the infrastructure is destroyed. The buildings, the roads, a lot of them are gone. A lot of the resources are also either destroyed or like poisoned, like the water, for instance. In here, the water is generally contaminated, and will eventually kill people who keep on drinking it. So they have to actually scoop up snow and drink that, even though the snow is only slightly less contaminated. There's a lot of action in this book. There's the ratio of action compared to Stephen King's The Stand. I think it has more action by a multiple of like 4 or something like that. Okay, you've got buses flying up and destroying airplanes. You've got you've got Manhattan Island being set on fire. You've got people escaping through like underground tunnels, just like in The Stand, except this time the underground tunnel is actually underwater. Well, it's under a body of water, and so you got the water collapsing in on it. You've got a demonic entity, just like The Stand, except this demonic entity could be arguably even more powerful than Randall Flagg, just because he is chaotic. This entity is chaotic evil, as opposed to Flagg, who's more of a lawful evil. Chaotic evil is always worse. Chaotic evil, that's the kind of evil where like you're just messing crap up just to mess crap up. You've got the action hero of this book. His name is Joshua Hutchins. You've got him running through a shopping mall filled with crazy guys, and he has to run through them when he just has a straitjacket on. He's got to get through. There's just a lot of action in this book. So much action that sometimes you're probably going to have to put it down just to calm yourself down, because there's so much more action here compared to The Stand, in my opinion. The climax is climactic. The Stand, and yes, I'm gonna do a lot more comparisons to The Stand because there's a similar type of genre. The Stand had kind of a Deus Ex Machina, no, just whatever, just a Deus Ex Machina ending, and it was alright, but I think that that's not the best ending that it could have been for a book like that. Here, the ending is not a Deus Ex Machina. The problems are solved by the characters, perfectly reasonably, and the climax is good. Um, you've got a woman, one of the other main characters, trying to fight off. Actually, I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not going to spoil it. So anyway, this book, highly recommended. Pick it up. Swan Song. The prose is very good. It's very simple. It's kind of a lot like it's a lot like Stephen King, although it doesn't have the folksy prose as much. It's more just straightforward. Perfectly fine. Makes it easier to read. Makes it so you don't have to deal with like any of the author's bullcrap. Robert McCammon, check him out. He was born in Mobile, Alabama, and he knows what he's doing. So pick it up.